Hello, my loves. I am jumping on for a channel message for the collective. I'm getting ready for bed, so I'm not looking my most presentable self, but that's okay because I do feel there's a few important things to come through. So if this video finds you, is likely for you, but be sure to be discerning and take only what resonates. Don't make it fit if it doesn't fit. Confirmation, but just let this serve you, okay? Let this serve you however it needs to. And let's get into it. Spirit, what was the message coming forward for this collective? For their highest path, their highest self. What do they need to know? What aren't they seeing? Every time I start a message, this collective gets patience. Patience. But this time I heard patience with the magic. There's this unfolding process that's happening. You're being guided to sit more, to receive more, and you have been allowing this and you have been practicing this. I'm just going to hold this. I'm hearing you're learning to do what you're told, but what's coming through is actually following through with your guidance, your higher self guidance, and your downloads. And you're learning to do what your body asks of you and respond to it in the ways that you need to, even if it doesn't always make sense. So these are good things. These are really, really good things. These are positive things. These are positive transformations, positive part of the integration process. But Spirit wants you to know that it doesn't mean this is easy all the time. And you're well aware of that, and you've probably been wondering why this part of the expansion process is maybe taking so long, or why it's looking like this. I feel past expansions probably for you have been a bit more, I don't want to say lighthearted, but there's probably been a bit more ease and a bit more clarity and a bit more magic that usually presents itself earlier. But what I'm actually hearing with this is that the magic doesn't seem to unfold like it used to. And that's making it a bit hard for you to hold on. And I'm also hearing have hope. But there is this deep trust that you are, I don't want to say clinging to, but that you are very much intertwined with, which is a good thing. But this magic that's presenting itself, it is coming through differently because you are being asked to show up differently. It can't be given to you the way that it used to because you are operating on a different level and you are a different version of yourself. So you can't expect things to be the same. This has to be different. This needs to be different because the way that you're being asked to show up is different. And if you kept getting the same shit delivered to you in the same way, you would keep being the same person. So it has to happen differently. Maybe there's more discomfort. Maybe this process is taking longer. Maybe this process just seems a little bit more difficult and you're having to really trust yourself more than ever. And maybe the joy is coming to you differently, or maybe just your downloads are coming through differently. Even just your inspiration, your intuitive guidance is not coming through like it used to. And that's because you're actually having to be present and be patient and allow it to land rather than what you used to do, which was maybe chase it or be so lost in it that you weren't in reality. And the difference is now is that the only way for you to ever receive is when you're present with yourself. So when I'm hearing be patient and be present with the magic, that's why. It's because this presence and this connection to self is what's always going to keep you centered and keep you moving forward authentically. Okay? Because you have a lot of conditioning, you had a lot of trauma, and Spirit doesn't want you falling back into old habits. Not saying that you are going to, but it can be easy sometimes, especially unknowingly and unconsciously. What else is coming up is that yeah, this receiving has gotten better. Your ability to receive feels a lot lighter. There's like this portal that seems to be much more open within yourself. What is still happening though is you're still learning to hold yourself, okay? You're still learning to hold yourself through stress, through difficulties, through changes, through upheaval, through emotional processing. And it's not like you're waiting for anything or the universe is waiting for you to do anything. This just takes practice is what I'm hearing, okay? But there are things that are shifting and I'm hearing you're aware of this. You just have no idea what this is. And all you're doing is trusting yourself and trusting your inner authority. And that's what you need to be doing. You're not doing anything wrong. You're not doing anything that you shouldn't be doing. This is confirmation that you are on the right track. And if you keep leaning into your heart and you keep asking yourself what you want, you will continue to get what you want. The process just looks a little bit different sometimes because this is much deeper, much more integral work, and this is going to have a lasting impact, okay? What I'm also hearing again about that you're receiving about this process of expansion that you're going through, it does feel a lot heavier because expansion isn't always pretty. Expansion isn't always this lighthearted, fun, and joyful thing that a lot of people talk about. I'm talking really fast because there's a lot coming through and I'm trying to slow this down, but I do feel I'm speaking quite coherently, so just feel free to slow this message down if you need to. Sorry, it's something in my eye. So what's coming up about expansion is that, yeah, it's not always going to be pretty. It's not always going to be roses, flowers, sunshine, rainbows, good music, good vibes. That's not what expansion is. Expansion is a twofold process. Expansion, in order to understand what you're wanting and to understand and to practice opening up and holding that, you are having to look at what is currently taking up space within your container, okay? We all have an energetic container, and the way that we exist in those containers very much impacts the way that we are open to receiving more or releasing more within or out of or into our containers, okay? So what Spirit's trying to explain here or show you is that the more that you ask for, the more that you will release. And I don't mean always physically. Spirit doesn't mean physically either. It's just there are emotional patterns that are still playing out that Spirit is trying to slowly help you not tick off the list, but help you have a really good foundational practice with. I'm hearing like back to basics. And once you feel really deeply connected to this practice and foundational embodied work at this level of yourself, where you are stepping into responsibility and you are stepping into authenticity on a scale in which you'll allow yourself to be seen, like widely, because that's what's coming in here as well, is that you are being asked to hold and you are being asked hold whilst things release and whilst things integrate. And that is not easy. And this is what you're currently practicing, is like this circulation energy. And you've been in this circulation energy for months, whilst also going through release, going through purging, but also like, okay, new stuff. And it's been a lot. And that's why you're probably really tired. If you're really tired, confirmation for you there. That's why. Because this is happening on an energetic, emotional, physical, mental level. And you're having to tick all these boxes because what you're asking for is big stuff and it takes big work to get there. I'm hearing, yes, this shit is coming in for you. But whilst you get there, shit's going out as well. Yeah? I'm hearing you're getting your shit work out. I'm hearing something about patience for this next discovery. So what's coming through is that there's going to be a download of some sort of intuitive understanding, awakening, something about what is coming in next for you. You could have had some dreams relevant to this or relevant to this change. What's coming in next have patience for this discovery and for how this is going to look in your world. You don't have to have all the answers at once. You're practicing that as well. You're practicing relinquishing control. You just need to be present one step at a time. The money will make sense, is what I've just heard as well. Sorry, the money doesn't need to make sense, but it will. At least on an emotional level, where you feel safe with it. I'm also hearing, don't let money paint the picture. So you need to be the one leading the painting, leading the artistry, leading the creative prospects, okay? Don't let money paint the picture. Whether that's in a negative viewpoint or a positive viewpoint, however it lands for you, there is however it's meant to. Any final messages coming through, please, Spirit? This is a quick but important message tonight, my collective. I'm hearing continue with presence, continue showing up. This isn't the time to stop any rituals or routines. This is a time to keep them going. Keep showing yourself you are capable. Keep showing yourself you are responsible. Keep showing up for yourself compassionately and with love, because that is the key to this lasting. Okay? Everything that you want to create, everything you want to build, all your dreams, this is the foundational work, and sometimes it takes a year or two. Okay? You've been doing it for a while, I know that. But if you want your shit to last, if you want your world to be forever and be a legacy, then it needs a really fucking strong, stable, steady foundation. That doesn't happen with quick fixes overnight. That doesn't happen within a few months. That happens over time, over carefully laid out time. Keep going inwards is what I'm hearing towards the end here. Keep going inwards. And I just heard ask for more. You should be really proud of yourself, because this is deep, integral work, and there's just nothing in your way. And you're noticing that. You're just still putting some of the pieces together, and that's okay. All right. I love you.